Hi, and welcome back to the Cat and Anna show.
Hello, hello.
Hello. Sorry. Today we have with us Pernille. And you are from Denmark, Pernille, but you have also lived in a lot of other countries, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, that's correct. Go ahead. Sorry.
It's okay. And you are a Feng Shui practitioner, is that right? Mm-hmm. And today we're going to talk to you about what it is Feng Shui can help us with and what it actually is, because I know a little bit about it, but I don't really understand it. And
Same here.
It's
very interesting.
Curious.
Yeah.
So if you would like to start out with telling us a little bit about yourself and why you chose to get into Feng Shui.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much for inviting me here today. I've been very excited about coming on. And yes, as you said, I am actually from Denmark, though you can't really tell. I look Asian. I was adopted from South Korea. And I've been living in 7 different countries. So moved a lot, traveled a lot, and almost 2 years now, I think we've been in Denmark. So moving back here. My husband, he's actually from Germany. But he loves Denmark.
Very international.
Yeah, huh? Really.
Yes, very international. And actually, we travel a lot, and I think I've used Feng Shui also in attracting those opportunities.
Wow.
But yeah, I've always been interested in Feng Shui, and Feng Shui is, just to get a general idea, it's about how you create harmony, how you are in your environment. And the most important environment for people are usually their home. That is our sacred space. It's where we recharge, it's where we relax, it's where we can really let down the masks that might have had on during the day, or it's supposed to be a very sacred place. So most Feng Shui consultations are in people's homes, but you can also Feng Shui your workplace, the offices or shops and stuff like that. But it's because it's about your environment. We influence our environment, and the environment influences us through energy. And that's where Feng Shui, I think, becomes a little bit alternative, you can say, because energy, you can't see energy, right? You can only feel it. And we humans, we just have a thing with, if you can't see it, then we don't really trust it.
Yeah, and it's not real.
It's not real and stuff like that. Yeah. So, but it is there, because we all can feel it. Like, if you probably know the feeling when you have tidied up your house, when you've done this spring cleaning, maybe, now we have spring. That's why I chose this wallpaper behind me, because at the moment we have this amazing spring atmosphere around us and outside us. And spring is really new beginnings. And so most people, they get the energy. They've the whole winter, people have been so tired and dull. And, the winter time is to really just
to huddle up and put a cocoon around you.
Yes, exactly. Go into this cocoon and stay there. And now spring is coming. So now people are like thriving and growing and, just wanting to get out there. And that's why a lot of people, they do a thorough spring clean, because it's just a good time for a new beginning. Yeah. So, and I think we all know the feeling after tidying up. You feel lighter, right?
Yeah, you do.
You feel, you feel like, wow, it's
like you can breathe and relax, actually. So it's whew,
yeah,
declutter time.
Yeah.
Yes, it's such a nice feeling. It's like you feel light, you feel changed.
You do.
And that's what Feng Shui can do. It can really change your energy inside of you, because we all have this energy, and in Feng Shui we call the energy qi or ki. In India they would say prana. In there's just different, I think in the chakra system they call it chakras, right? And so it's just a different word, but it's all about energy, how energy flows to create more balance, to create more harmony within you, because everything in your subconscious mind is trying to manifest itself in the outside world. And that's why it made, to me, Feng Shui is a good fit with what I normally do, which is the RTT. I'm an RTT therapist, which is dealing with the subconscious mind. And so when you so it's a mental inner reprogramming, and then you have the Feng Shui, which is the outer manifestation of those thoughts in the subconscious mind. So that's how it works together. You reprogram your mind, you find out what is it actually that you want, and then you go out and you create that. And your home is just one place where you can you that vision, those dreams.
Right. So
that's a really strong combination.
Do you in your sessions combine both RTT and Feng Shui?
No, but I always tell people that I work holistically.
Okay.
So, and that's how it comes in. So a lot of time I say, you know what, now you've had your RTT session, which is this inner mental reprogramming. If you want to support yourself even more, then I would suggest a Feng Shui consultation, because it just puts the puzzle even more together.
Yeah, of course.
So it becomes more holistic. Yeah. And that was, I mean, there was two reasons why I chose Feng Shui. One was that I really, really loved it, and I saw how the results were coming in my own life. Because in the beginning, like with most people, you start off just doing it in your private life, right? And when we moved to Denmark, I actually hired a Feng Shui consultant to Feng Shui our house, because I've always been interested in it. And then I just saw results, like it was just, mind-blowing. It was, we renovated our house for like 4 months. And in that process, I was in contact with this Feng Shui consultant. And then the day came and we moved in. And a week after, my husband, he got his dream job.
Wow.
That was just like 1 week after. And
that's quick.
Yes, that was quick. Of course, I'd been in contact with her for maybe, we started renovating, then maybe a month or so before we moved in. But it was really, really, that was the first one. Then we moved in. My business was also taking off really well from the beginning. And then for the last 2 years, I have been, actually, ever since we got to Denmark, we've spent at least 2 months abroad in warmer places every winter. So I just got home 3 weeks ago. I came home after being 2.5 months in Africa. with my whole family, where we
yeah.
traveled around, and we have twins, they're 10. And it was amazing. It was also super hard. I won't lie to you
I can
about that.
imagine.
It
I
was also
watched your
very
videos.
exhausting.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be with your family almost 24/7 for 2.5 months really challenged me. But I attracted these things through in my home. You know, I know exactly where the area for traveling and stuff like that is in my house, and I put up several of what do you call it, globus?
A globe.
Yeah, a globe. You know, I have
Yeah.
globes the right places, and yeah, so that was just one example, or a few examples of how I've used it and how it really made an impact in my own life.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah,
Because
sure.
I have been to your home and it is amazing. It is, you feel that you're welcome. You feel that it is just energetically perfect. Wow. Yeah, it's pretty, it's nice, it's just wow. So you've redecorated or redesigned your entire home.
Yeah.
But can you see changes if you only do a little? Or do you need to really do everything?
No. You can do and actually in a Feng Shui consultation, when I come out to a client, we go in depth with 3 areas. Because to you know, I come out, and a Feng Shui consultation is a whole day, it's 7 hours, and people are like, wow, is it, why does it have to be so long? But when I'm there and afterwards, they're like, now I understand, you know, why we couldn't just do this in an hour or 2. But we do, I make the client choose 3 areas that we go into depth with. So it could be career. I want to, you know, find a new career, or I have relationship issues, or I want to attract more money, or, you know, that could be the example of 3 areas. And then I find those 3 areas, and then I say, okay, this is, or it could also be health, or whatever it is, what is bothering people. And then we go into those areas in the home, and then we say, okay, this is your health area. How do you think it looks? What you know, if it's super messy, that's the previous client I had, her health area was so messy. It was just one big mess, and
that reflects on her health as well.
Exactly, you know, exactly.
Yeah.
She was like, oh my God, yeah, I totally see. If this is the picture of my health, it doesn't really look that good. And that was one of her main challenges, was her health. Yeah.
Wow.
So no, you don't need to do everything. It's just I've done everything in my house because I work with it, and it would be, you know, my home
is your calling card as well, huh?
Exactly. My home is my business card.
Yeah.
So it would be a bit it wouldn't be so great if I lived very messy,
and you don't,
or whatever.
So if anyone is interested in booking a call with or a, what's it called, session with Pernille, I can honestly say that she knows what she's doing, because it's not it's not only because it looks nice, it's also because it felt nice. You could really feel that the energy was just like when you get into a home where you feel there's tension or there's something that isn't right. Not at all. It was just, I could live there. Why don't you just move, and I'll just
And you know what, that's the thing. This energy, this harmony can be created in every home. It's, it's, and we all, like you, yeah, thank you so much for mentioning my home. And we all know that. We all, Anna, you also have friends probably, or family, where you just step into their home and it just feels nice instantly.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
spaces that, or homes that you just don't want to leave again. You can just stay there forever.
Yeah, it's
And
like a warm blanket, huh?
yeah, exactly. It just feels right. Everybody also knows the opposite. So
Yeah,
let's
that's
say
true.
hospitals, there's not much
Wow.
coziness in hospital. It's all very sterile. They work with a lot of white and metal and hard surfaces, and so nobody really feels comfortable.
No.
It's a mystery to me. Well, okay, no, it's not a mystery, because I know they have something about hygiene, and it has to be easy to clean and stuff like that. But there's absolutely no things in the hospital that makes it more comfortable for the patients to be there.
Not at all.
They should.
You can do a lot with colors already, right?
Yeah, exactly. You could do lots and lots with colors, with carpets, with plants, with curtains, everything to soften up such a hard or very cold environment, right?
Yeah.
And it's so we've all felt it, and nobody can pinpoint why is it that it feels so uncomfortable to step into a hospital. Besides, okay, a lot of people, they of course they come to a hospital because they don't feel well, but even if you come there as a visitor, it's not really like you want to stay there for long. You just let's get out of here again. And again, it's the energy, and you cannot see it, you cannot pinpoint it, but it's there. You can feel it. Yeah,
exactly. Sorry. So the blue color here, it's just in general. I read a bit about Feng Shui, and I read that in the career area, there are two different kinds of Feng Shui, right? There is the Eastern
there's different
and the
schools. Yes, there's actually more. I'm not sure how many. I think there's 7 schools or something. Maybe there's even more. I don't know. The one that I practice is called the Compass School. And the Compass School, I chose that one simply because the core part is the compass, and north will always be north and south will always be south. The other big one that is commonly known here in the West is the what's it called, the door Feng Shui, like
something like that,
3 doors. So the door Feng Shui, they look at the door.
The front
and
door, right?
and the philosophy with that one is that all energy enters through the door. But in my view, that's not really true today, because energy also comes from the windows, right? Today we build houses with huge windows, the more light the better. Whereas the door part would make sense in a mall, for instance. In a mall where you have
of course,
and there people come through the door, the energy comes through the door, but you don't have any windows. That's when that philosophy or that kind of Feng Shui would make sense. But in a home where you have lots of windows, the Compass School, I would call it, makes more sense, because that's actually where you can draw. Actually, you can go home and take the drawing of your home, and then you can draw lines from all the windows to the doors, and that's an energy path. That's where the energy, the chi, flows extra quick. And that's why it's better if you want to rest or have some peace, that you're not in the middle of between a window and a door, for instance. So if maybe you've also felt it, if you've let's say you come to somebody's home and their dining room, you can choose different seats, and there's a door and there's a hall maybe on the other side. So there's lots of open spaces, if you can follow, or windows, and it just feels a bit you feel a bit vulnerable when you sit in a energy highway, you could call it. You see what I mean? Instead of, for instance, sitting a place where you had the wall behind your back.
And you can look at the door or at the windows to see.
Yes, you can look at the door, and you have what we would call a wall or the mountain in the back. It's always important to have the mountain in the back, because in the old days, where we lived a more barbaric life, people would, if you didn't have anything behind you, people could come up and really attack you from behind and stab you or something. Of course, nobody will come up from behind if you sit at a dinner party and stab you today, but it's just your subconscious mind can relax more if you have that. Yes,
I actually feel like
safety.
That. If I have to, if I can choose, I always sit so that I can see what's in front of me. Just because it feels better.
It feels better. Yeah, exactly. So a lot of people, you could say that most people do Feng Shui already. They just don't know it. Like you say, okay, I choose this seat because it feels good. So, but a lot of people, you two would also know, they're not really in touch with themselves, or they cannot feel. They live more in their heads. So and
so
for people like that, it's better for them for me to come in and tell you, these are the Feng Shui rules, and then they're like, okay.
And if you go on, and I will get back to the wall afterwards, but
so going to a restaurant, you can't actually relax and eat if there's nothing. So a restaurant should maybe have booths so that you have always something behind you, and then you can eat relaxed.
Yes. Think about the fast food chains. Why do you think they only decorate with very bright colors, with red, with yellow, with what else is in a McDonald's, for instance? I just remember red and yellow. But they
also Burger King, red, yellow, blue, maybe dark blue.
Yeah, but you maybe it's been years.
KFC is also red and white.
Yeah, so they use these colors because those are what we would call yang colors. So in Feng Shui, we have yin and we have yang. Yin is very, I would say, passive, like it's calm. It's, that calm energy. It's the energy that you find in a spa. And then and you also have yin personalities. It's calm people. They have patience. They speak slowly, and they give this sense of grounding. No rush and stuff. Then on the other hand, you have yang. Yang is more active. It's the fast energy. It's people are quick. They think quick. They act quick, and they get annoyed with the yin people because it's like, come on, what's taking so long? Just, let's move it. And so yin and yang, you'll see in the interior design of people, it'll give you a hint of who they are, because a yin person will create their home differently than a yang person, for instance. But the fast food chains, they do use all this for their advantage, because in a fast food chain, you don't want people to sit and relax and stay there forever. They are just going to
fast.
They have to eat fast and then get out of there, because we need new customers. Okay.
Yeah.
So they decorate with plastic, which is very hard. It's not a comfy, cozy couch you sit in. No, you get a hard plastic chair. So don't make yourself too comfortable. And they use the colors, and it's the bright light. Light. It's not cozy lighting. Or
no music or.
Yeah, no. If it's music, it's fast music, right? It's
yeah.
Yes. So all these things makes people more yang. It makes them more active. It makes them eat quicker. They just, gobble it down quickly, and then they're on the road again. So it's on purpose. So yes, you're absolutely right. A restaurant could definitely make it more cozy, but it depends on what kind of restaurant it is.
Yeah.
If they do want to sell their tables quicker, right?
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
Well, Pernille, the wall here, this is my office, and at the moment it isn't as I want it. I looked into Feng Shui because I thought, well, I'm going to boost my business. I'm going to hit the roads and just do what I can to have clients and help people. So I did the front door bagua.
okay.
And I read that in the career area, it's good with blue, it's good with middle, it's good with everything else. But I don't like this blue. So I wish and I want to make it a pale pink also. So how important is it that you follow the rules or that you listen to yourself? In
my world, it is most important that you love it. You have to connect with it. But again, it's like I said, there's different schools. It's and some schools are very strict, and it's also country-based. I think, like Feng Shui is really big in Hong Kong and Malaysia, Taiwan. There's just different you call it, like attitudes towards it. But I think that it's more important that you love your environment, and that's why it's a bit well, of course it can help you on the way to go online like you did, to find some rules, but often the rules, they plant a seed of fear.
Yeah, exactly. So can I boost my business if I change the color? Is the fear I have.
Exactly. Then you become a bit anxious about, and fear the future, and now I did it wrong. Whereas it's something just
click on it. It's just
right click on it. Okay, good. And that's sad, because Feng Shui is not supposed to be about fear. It's the opposite. Okay, it's about attracting what you love. So in a consultation, I use kinesiology. Not everybody does that. It's only because I like it as a tool, where we actually ask your body and your subconscious mind if this is right for you. Yes, because everybody are different. Okay, so what you connect, let's say that you've read in some Feng Shui book that this animal, let's say this frog is super, it's like sometimes in Feng Shui there's these money frogs, and let's get some frogs into your home. But the problem is, let's say that you hate frogs and you think they're disgusting, and they it's like,
get those frogs in, and then
then it doesn't make sense, even though the Chinese Feng Shui book said, oh, this is a money frog, but you just think it's disgusting and you don't like frogs, and it's so then every time you look at that thing, it will make you feel disgusted, whereas maybe another person who loves frog will feel something else. So in every symbol that we put in our home, or in everything we actually put in our home, you might love it or hate it, and another one will feel something different about it. So that's why I really encourage people to do a Feng Shui consultation on a personal level, where it's so it's not so strict. Oh, this is what the book says.
Exactly.
and then find a what do you call it, a consultant.
Consultant?
Yes,
Yeah.
that is also not as strict, that takes into consideration
Yeah, because if
that
it's all
what,
about feeling good and it doesn't
yes,
feel good, then what's the point?
yes, exactly. It's look at your home as this huge vision board. And you're already doing Feng Shui, just you don't know what you're doing. So but you are sending a message to the universe about what you want to attract. You are already doing it in your home. So
I have so much work to do.
Me too.
well, acknowledging things is the first step. So that's a good one, that you can see that there is so much to do, because that's the first step in any development, personal development plan, right? And then you can
True.
work from there. And you know what, I can give you some examples of yeah, so I visited a woman who wanted to oh no, we talked about her with the health thing. Yeah, I also visited another client who had a lot of broken things. Like her clock didn't work, her there was things in her kitchen that was chipped, they were actually supposed to, she was supposed to maybe bin them, but then thinking, nah, you can still use this cup even though it's missing something, and it doesn't matter.
Oh my gosh, yeah, go on.
Yeah, so what, let me ask you guys, what do you think if you have someone who has a lot of things that are either not working or not ruined, but not complete, or as they were, what do you think that person feels?
Yeah, they might feel broken, but it,
I would
Yeah.
think they feel
like
poor,
they're
maybe,
moving.
or
Yeah,
not interested in what they have, so not interested in themselves, maybe.
exactly. Yeah, all good pointers there. I would say that this client, she didn't feel good enough. She didn't feel worthy enough
Yeah.
to have things that were whole or new, or going out buying a new cup or whatever it was, because it was like, no, I'll just settle for this. I can, it's fine. I don't want to spend money on that. It could be,
I have this cutlery that's all different, and in some way I like it that it's all different, and in other ways it's like
okay.
Yeah.
Well, there I could definitely do kinesiology with you, and we would know exactly if you needed to, what you needed to do. If you needed to bin it, go out and get some other things, or what you needed to do, because sometimes there is a lot of clients have that confusion, oh, on the one hand I do like it, but on the other hand I don't. So is this confusion, but your subconscious mind always has the answer, and the tool to getting that answer is or the way I use it is kinesiology. To ask the subconscious mind what to do with this. Or so yeah, that was one example. You can also have, maybe you're also know it from your own life, that you have several things of the same thing. Like you have two wine bottle openers, or you have like 3 potato peelers, or you have lots of things of the same thing. What do you think such a person thinks about or believes or feels? What do you think a person who has a lot of things of each thing?
Well, the first thing that comes to mind is, what if I lose one or two? Then I'll always have this one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
that's me.
It's yes, but it's a fear. Okay, it's a fear of not having enough. There's not enough. So it's a fear about not believing that the universe will always provide for you. It will, there will always be enough, and you can always, that you know that things will show up at the right time, the flow. So yes, if I do lose that one wine bottle opener that I have, I'm sure that the universe will send me another one, or maybe make it available for me to buy another one or something. But yeah, so you see how everything in your home tells you something, or tells the universe something, if you're about your beliefs, about your thoughts.
And that's interesting, because logically I get that, but subconsciously I come from an upbringing where we didn't have enough. So subconsciously I believe that I should save it, because you never know if there will be money enough, if there will be anything enough, even though I believe in manifestation and the universe and everything like that. That's a really deep belief. So it makes sense. It really does.
Or you also have seen people that and it's back to the same, it's about fear, that they have things that they only use in certain times. Like, this is my fine china, we only use it once a year for Christmas, or
my crystal.
Crystal. Yeah, exactly. Oh, no. It's, or you have people, they I haven't seen it here in Denmark though, but I've seen it in other countries, where they have a car, and then their seats are just wrapped in plastic. Like, they don't take the plastic that the car comes with when it's new. They take it, they don't dare to really use it. And it's the same fear of waiting in your life. Like, I'm gonna, when this event, when this opportunity, when everything is perfect, then I'm allowed to use my fine china and the crystal. But that's not living, that's living in the future. Okay, it's not living in the present. And in the present, if you love yourself and value, and you feel worthy, I'm worthy of eating like a queen every day, I'm worthy of looking at that nice china and using the crystals. So what if I were to die tomorrow, and then all my fine crystals and china just stood in the closet completely unused? How sad would that be? So if you really love a thing, even though it's
fragile,
it's fragile, and it's
or pricey, or
pricey,
all these things, then use them because it gives you, use them if you love them. That is one thing I have to say, because some people, they hang on to very expensive things that they don't even like. They're like, well, I got this as a wedding present, and I know it's shit expensive, and I don't really like it, but it's expensive. And then people,
so I have to keep it.
I have to keep it, right? It would be a shame to sell it or give it away, and what would other people think? And I got it as a present, and my aunt is going to get really upset. Seriously, your aunt will probably never know that you gave it away or sold it or whatever. Ever, right? And again, only bring into your home things that you really love, because it's about giving you a good feeling. Okay, and every time you look at a thing that doesn't make your heart sing, you're actually giving yourself the message that you're not worthy. Okay,
Oh,
well,
you know,
To
about the
change out
crystal,
my
huh?
dining room chairs. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're awful. They really are.
then it's time to do something about them.
Really.
If you can, because I mean, if you can already now express it and you know with your
Yeah.
conscious mind, oh, I don't like those chairs, I hate those chairs, then do something about it, because
I do.
you're a step further. Because I have a lot of clients, they don't know about this thing. Oh, I don't know about this furniture, you know, should I keep it? But I'm not sure. Do I like it? Don't I like it? And then again, I have ways to find out what their inner mind really believe, what their heart believes, because the mind, the ego comes in and, you know, tells all these rational things. Oh, the fear comes in, but yeah, if you get rid of this, what if tomorrow, you know, and now there's war in Ukraine, so you know,
Yeah, there's
war might
always
come
stuff
here.
that you can maybe use in the future. Just so hold on to it.
Yes,
Oh, I've got tons of that. Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
and it is a process, of course. But I mean, letting
Yeah.
go, it's like we talked about in the beginning, where you said, oh, it feels so nice to do the spring cleaning, and it's exactly the same thing when you let things that you don't love completely, when you let them go.
Yeah.
It's like taking a heart or a stone out of your heart or whatever. I don't know the expression in English, but it feels good. And every time, if you feel that it's challenging to let go of things, then just remember that for everything you let go of, you give room for something
For
much
something new.
better to come in.
Yeah.
But somehow we just fill our lives up with so many things, and we think there's no more room. But when we let go of things, there's always more room, but it has to be with things that you really love, that makes sense to you.
Yeah. Wow.
So you can always ask yourself, you know, do I really love this vase or whatever it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You will know. You will definitely know. Your subconscious mind has all the answers.
It really does.
Yeah, for me it's like papers and the things that the children made when they were going to elementary school, and just keep those, because it's so nice. You can always look at it and see what the progress is that they made.
But then it feels good.
But it feels good. Yeah, but it stacks up. It's just getting so messy.
Let me ask you one thing. How often do you look at that?
Yeah, no, never.
Yes, good.
Only if I sort of stumble upon it when I'm cleaning the attic, then it's like, oh, look at this. Oh, it's so cute.
Yeah, and I know what you mean completely. I have children as well, and I know exactly what you mean. And I've been collecting their favorite things, because what if I get grandchildren one day?
Yeah.
Then they must have this little onesie that you wore when you were 4 months, and I just thought it looked so cute on you.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
yes, I do get what you mean. But the what we can do, you and I, is to just have one box, because I used to have several boxes with stuff from the kids, okay? But now I reduced it and say, okay, I have one memory box for them whenever I might get grandchildren. And with all their schoolwork, because I mean, yeah, that was crazy when they were smaller. They produced so many
stuff.
and you know, crafts things, and it was amazing. But what you can do is to take a picture of it.
Yeah.
Take a picture. Next time you go up to the attic, you take your camera or your phone with you, and a good lamp or something, so you have some light, and then you take pictures of it, and then you gather everything in a book. And I can promise you that you and your children, they will actually enjoy it much more. So I don't know, how old are your children?
20 and 21.
Yes. So
So
when
it's a
they,
lot of stuff, huh?
yeah, so when they become parents, or whenever you find it relevant, then you've taken all these pictures of all their schoolwork and all their, all those memories, and you gather it in like photo book, those
Yeah.
you can
Yeah,
create.
that's yeah.
You can create all these online photo books. It's
Yeah.
easy, and you gather that, and then it's like a book. Here, this is all the art you made when you
Wow.
were a child.
That is
And
actually that's a great idea.
because you know what, then they will sit and they will scroll through it, and oh my God, this was ugly, and look at this one I made, and
Yeah,
it's so
yeah.
funny. But they will
Oh,
look
I
at
can
it.
still remember.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they will never go up to that attic and
No.
look through all the stuff. They will never do it. And once, let's say that you pass away, and then they get all your shit, they inherit all your shit.
Yeah.
And guess what they're going to do? They're just going to
Yeah, they
put a
throw it away.
They will bin it. They will
Yeah.
100% bin it.
Yeah.
So this way you actually gather the memories in a book, and that they will look at sometimes, and they
Yeah.
will show their children. So it's I know it's a task to say, okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take a picture of 21 years of crafts and
Yeah.
memories, but maybe, I don't know, maybe you can or maybe you can even do it as a project together with them, because
Yeah.
there's so much, 21 years is a long time. Maybe you tell them, you know what, should we do this together, and then you tell me what I should take pictures of. Maybe some of these things don't even matter to you. Maybe it's something you don't want to remember or keep as a memory, so I don't have to take
Well, my son would like to keep everything.
Then
So
he
I'm
has
not
to
going to
help.
do it with him. And my daughter is in
Okay.
South Korea at the moment, so that doesn't help either.
No. Okay, but or you can, I don't know if you if their dad is around, maybe you could do it as a a project when you do stuff like this,
Yeah.
not alone but with someone. It's also like a memory lane thing, like, oh my
Yeah,
goodness,
that's
I don't
true.
know if you're together with their dad, but otherwise you could, if you are, you could do it together and say, oh, do you remember when they drew this, and do you remember when they wore this? Oh, it's quite fun. Yeah.
Oh, it is.
Great
Oh, that's
idea.
an excellent idea.
Yes. Do that work. And also another thing with children is to have images of them as they are today. That's something
Yeah.
I can really encourage you to do. And it's the same thing that we live in the present. We have a tendency, humans have a tendency to live in the past or in the future. So
Yeah.
you worry about all the future. That's why you have several things of the same things. But sometimes you can also get stuck in the past. And that's especially with children. We keep baby pictures of them. We keep, all those pictures from all those years, where it actually prevents us from living in the present.
Yeah.
So what would you suggest you do with the baby pictures? Because they are adorable and I would love to look at them. But
Yes. Yeah, I would keep them if you want, but just not have them all over, because I see clients, they have a lot of baby pictures or a lot of old
Yeah.
stuff. And it just, there has to be more of a balance. Again, everything is with balance. So of course you can have baby pictures if you
My
love them.
grandma had this photo wall,
yeah,
like you
Yes.
said, with pictures of my mom and her siblings when they were younger and then a bit older, but not the way she was now. And my mom actually has the same. She
yeah.
does change them regularly if she has pictures of the kids, but she did the same.
Yeah. And a picture wall like that is great in your relationship area. That's definitely where I would encourage people to put it, because it sends an indirect or a direct message to the universe about having good relationships with these people. And also, if for instance, if I get a client and they say, I feel lonely, I want more friends, then I also go and look at that relationship area and see how we can put pictures of more people, for instance, because you can also have, like I had a single person, and she wanted to get a partner, but it was very interesting to see how everything in her life or in her home was single. So single bed, a single nightstand table, a single lamp, figures with only one person or one animal or single things, everything was kind of single. Even the pictures she had on the wall, it was never two or more. And if you really want to attract a partner in your life, you want to have at least two, like a balance.
Two of
You want
sort of each,
symbolizes a couple, right? Where I don't remember why.
Yeah, no, we're going good. Relationship and single
Yes,
and twos, and that you with
So the
pictures,
wall
picture
you were
wall,
saying.
and
Yeah. So it's all about a balance, It's if you really love that picture wall, or Katerina, if you really love those baby pictures, it's fine, but just have a balance.
Yeah. Is it also something about, I think I've read something about that once, that the children look at themselves as younger than they are when they see those pictures. Yeah.
Yes. So often children, they don't like seeing pictures of them when they were smaller because they don't think they're cute.
we think
they don't like it.
Cute.
We feel they are younger than they are when we have those pictures.
Okay. Yes. Exactly. So it's holding them in an age or that they're not.
Yeah.
And most kids, they don't like pictures from when they were younger, because if you also think back, remember when you were a child, children, the only thing they want is to grow up fast.
Yeah.
It cannot go quick enough, they just if they could, they would just be 18 right now and move away. So it's only when you become older that you then appreciate what happened in the past. Children, they want to be in the future a lot. So keeping
I have this canvas of a picture of my children when they were 5 and 6-ish, I think. They were quite chubby at that moment, and I still have it in my in my living room. Now, they had, especially my daughter, had a really hard time to drop the weight. Can that be because she was looking at that picture every day and saw herself, her chubbier self?
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's everything that we surround ourselves with influences our subconscious mind, and the other way. So I'm not gonna
I'm going to keep
I don't want to say yes or no, and I definitely don't want to now fill you up with guilt. Oh my god, I had that picture
no, because I love the picture. So
yes, exactly. And that's the most important thing. If you love the picture and it's also your home, when did she move away?
They're still, well, she is now in South Korea for at least a year. She would like to stay there, but she might be coming back, so then she'll be together with me in the home, maybe for a short period of time, because I can imagine that being on her own over there and then coming back, staying with mom, is not really what you want.
No.
But still, she would be seeing that picture again.
And
she changed a lot, huh?
Yes, I would suggest to get a because if it's a picture where it's a family picture where the whole family is in.
No, just she and her brother.
Oh, okay. Why don't you invite them, give it to them as a gift or something, to say, you know what, I would like to have a more current picture of you two. And it would mean so much to you if I could take a picture of you two. Either you take it, or if you want to splash out, you book a photographer or whatever. But I really want something that is more up to date, that is current, the way
That
you
feels
guys.
actually good, you know, to have something that's more current.
Yes. And I think they will appreciate it too. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I've already
Wow.
learned so much
We've
now.
got a lot of ideas now, Pernille.
Yeah.
Amazing. I just want to quickly, there is a career area, relationship area, and you've talked about health and traveling. What else is there?
Money.
Yes.
No.
Well, there's 9 areas, but it's difficult for me to say that there is one area just for career, because in the career area, yes, a lot of people talk about it as the career area, but within every area, there's actually 10, sometimes more, other things. So it's not only career. I think the career is just very known because a lot of people, it's their main concern. But within every area, there are things that are just as important. So for instance, in the career area, there's also sex. So if people want more sex, then they would look at that area as well. It's also life journey in that area. It's also getting pregnant. So you can see that it depends. It's very, very individual about which areas to look at. But I can tell you that the ones that people mention the most, and that is, one is the career area, then 2 is normally called the relationship area, 3 is very much about growth, having luck and growth in your business, for instance, if you have your own company. 4 is 3 is about ancestors, and 4 is about growth in your company. 5 is health. 6 is about income and also creativity. 7 is let me see, what is 7? It'll come back to me. 8 is wisdom, and 9 is a lot about being seen, recognition. And 7, it's 7 is a lot about helpful friends, support from others that are a bit further out than your close family.
So you can really boost your entire life.
Yes.
Feng Shui.
Definitely. It's a whole life thing. Yes, it is.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, but what would we have to, or could not have to, what could we do with our podcast to Feng Shui it, use specific colors, or what could we do to attract more audience?
Yeah, well, then I would, but I have a very long questionnaire for people who have a session with me. So it's difficult to say in just one sentence, because everything, like, also with RTT, everything is sort of playing together.
Yeah.
But let's just say that let's say that it came out after all these answering of the questions. Let's say that it came out that you needed to work with your area 4, like the growth. Let's just take that as an example. Or it could also be area 3. But anyway, let's just take it. it could be several of areas,
Yeah.
like it could also be number one because that's career. But in that area, I would go in and I would work with symbols, for instance. So let's say that you have some people that you want to interview, like a lot more prominent people maybe than me.
Let's say Marissa Peer.
some I don't know, famous people or whatever. Print out a picture of them and put them in that area, because again, it's a direct signal to the universe about who you want to attract, who you want to work with. And they can also be just a symbol of the kind of people you want to work with. So it doesn't mean that, oh, now I put the royal family, so I expect them to be on my podcast in
not gonna happen
in a few years. It could just as well just be, the kind of people you want to attract.
Yeah, but so could it also be the person that you would want to be in the podcast? Yeah, if you see someone that you feel like that's an amazing person that sends out all of the things that I want to,
Yes. But then I would probably work with that in a different area, maybe your wisdom area or your life journey area. But definitely about, getting to know who you are and expressing it, being more authentic, definitely all those things. But then again, you would have to find out what that means to you, because what does it mean to be, or let me ask you, what is it that you admire at somebody, for instance, the characteristics, or can you mention a person that you really admire and you want to be kind of like that person?
For instance, they are Danish, but Peter Myggen or Hella Juf or someone like that, who goes into depth with questions, or is caring, or is charismatic and fun, outgoing.
Yes. So it's great that you have concrete names on people that you really admire. So print out a picture of those two people and put them in it could be several of areas, but in the relevant area. I would put them, because you know exactly what you connect with those people. And see, that's different from person to person. You can ask any Dane and they will have a different perspective or different opinion about them. So that's why it's also it's so personal. It's very, very personal. This to make a Feng Shui consultation, you cannot just say, oh, these are the rules, because each person has a different opinion about what does it even mean to be authentic. I mean, what is that? Some people don't even connect anything with that word.
No, true.
Wow, Pernille, it's not just a quick fix. It's really more complicated than I thought.
It's a life philosophy kind of, and it's like you say, it's not a quick fix, because life is much more whole. So I would say Feng Shui is a piece of the puzzle, but you cannot just say, now I'm going to Feng Shui my whole home, and then I'm going to sit down, and then I'm going to wait for
it comes to me.
Then I wait for somebody, the famous people, to knock on my door and ask for a session. No, it doesn't work like that, because you also, and that's why I love how Feng Shui works well with RTT, because there you get the inner work, and the Feng Shui is the outer work. So we have so many, body, mind, and spirit. It's on all levels, and Feng Shui works with mostly the physical, but it does go in and influence you on the mental level as well. Because like in a consultation, of course, if I see that a client has a lot of broken things, or or I can see, okay, this person does not value herself. She buys secondhand things. She buys her home is full of cheap things. Not that there's anything wrong with cheap, but it's, you know, if I can see that here's a person that obviously doesn't think that she's worth it a lot, and there's lots of things in her home that are broken, but she still keeps them. Of course, I'm going to talk to her about that, you know, about self-worth and, you know, how you're feeling and all these things to plant a seed in her mind, and to think about, oh yeah, it's not just about the thing itself, because the thing symbolizes my identity. The thing tells other people, who am I and what do I think about myself? What do I believe in? Because of course, that person whose home gives a very poor expression, do you think a person like that is, do you think it's easy for a person like that to attract abundance and money? No, because her whole home is basically sending a message to the universe saying, I'm not worth it. And please, you know, send me more of this plastic crap, because yeah, that's who I am. Okay. So you can definitely go home and look at how your home is today, because your home tells the truth about who you are and who you think you are. What you think about yourself. It's yeah, you're already doing Feng Shui, just without knowing it.
And it totally makes sense. But what if there is a person who has a home that they don't feel comfortable in, or that there are a few things that they don't like, and they at the moment don't have the finances to buy new things that makes them happy? Is there still a belief that, for instance, if I were that person and my dining room chairs, if I were to throw them out but didn't do it because I needed the money to buy some new ones and I didn't have them, then what? Keep them or get rid of them and just wait?
Yeah.
What would such a person do? What?
I would suggest making a priority, and then making a list and saying, okay, how important is it to you to change these chairs? How important is it? And if they are in the top of the list, oh, it's super important to me, you know, oh, it hurts my eye every time I look at them, and they squeak every time I sit on them, and you know, it's like a daily annoyance. So it's a high priority. Then set a timeline, and then say, okay, by within the next 3 months, I'm going to change at least one of them. I'm going to start the process. I'm going to, you know, because the taking the first step is always the hardest. So just getting rid of one of them, and maybe I already know which chairs I want, and then I maybe you've seen some that you love, but instead of buying all 8 at once or whatever, then just start buying one. And then I can promise you that when you see that one chair that you love, you're going to first of all use it all the time, and then it's going to show the contrast between the old chairs and the new chairs. So it's going to hurt your eye even more, because you're going to see it, so it's going to be even more clear. And then it will go fast. It will go faster and faster, because you see it.
It's like a snowball.
It's a snowball effect. Yes, definitely. So just put it as a top priority and say, every time I have money to spare, every time I've saved up money or whatever, or every time I get a new client, some of that money will be earmarked chair. Yes.
Because I'm just thinking about families that don't have a lot, who might just have had their furniture from others, or just taking what they could have, and so again, it's an evil circle, because they want to attract things but they can't. So
Yes. And there I would, instead of encouraging people to go out and get new things, I would, as far as possible, work with what they have.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
optimal, of course. I enjoy to work with clients who say, oh, I'm ready to do it
Yeah,
all,
of
I'm ready
course.
to paint, I'm ready to buy furniture, I'm ready to do it all. But I totally have to meet people where they are. That's the most important thing, that I
Yeah.
understand their situation. So if people tell me for one or the other reason, I don't know, they don't have a job or whatever the case is, then we work with what they have.
Yeah.
Because maybe they have, everybody has a lot of things. People today have more things than we actually need.
Yeah.
But then you can work with just placing them different places. Because, for instance, that wall with all the family pictures, maybe it's just not optimal where it's placed at the moment, because it would make more sense to place it in the relationship area. Or maybe they have a lot of colorful things, but they are in an area where it's actually doing them more harm than good, because colorful things should be in the fire area or something. There it would nourish that area more, or create more balance. So I would work more with that. I would work more with the balancing out the elements in each room, and not think so much about symbols and stuff. But I have to say that, and that's also one of the things that I love about Feng Shui, and why I also initially started. I started firstly because I saw the huge effect on my own life. But secondly, I found that the energy, the clients that I saw for RTT was heavy clients, sort of energy wise. It was a lot of depression, anxiety, sometimes suicide people, and it was just a heavier energy. People who want a Feng Shui consultation normally don't have big, deep traumas in their luggage. They have the abundance, the energy, the surplus to work with other things. It's not so much, we're not so much on the survival level. We're more on, okay, I've got all that covered. I have the energy to look a bit broader, a bit you know what I mean? I'm not sure how to
You're invested in your own personal growth, perhaps.
Yes.
Not that people with RTT sessions aren't, but it's just I need to move forward. I feel good, but there's something missing, perhaps.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's the thing. Yeah, there's just something missing. And people would just like to manifest on a higher level. Whereas at least that was the clients that I was attracting. I didn't get much of the, smoking and the more superficial things that RTT can also definitely help with. For me, again, everything is about balance, and also in my own life. So I needed that balance to have more fun things. It's not
I
like
get it.
RTT is not for me, but it's just a different kind of fun. So yes,
it's a thing we've been talking about as well.
I'm sorry, but I've got to go.
It's okay. I also think that we've covered a lot of things.
Maybe we can do this again. Because there's still so much to talk about.
There's so much to talk about. But it has been interesting and exciting, and I've learned a lot more. And as I said, I thought it was just, I learned that it was more than the surface. There's plenty more to it.
Yes, definitely. And if anybody wants to book me, they can go in under www.pernillehol.com. berg.com.
Yes.
And read more about me. And then
we'll
I can
drop a link in the description as well.
Good.
So
thank you so much, ladies, for inviting me, for giving me this opportunity. It's been a pleasure to talk to you, and I'm glad you got something with you, or got inspired in some level.
Oh, definitely.
And thank you for wanting to join us. It was interesting.
Amazing. Thanks for being here.
Good. Thank you. Well, with that, I just let's say bye. And
maybe see you another time.
Maybe, yes.
Just there's so much we can still talk about.
I know.
We have a lot of questions, but little time. But that's a great taste of Feng Shui. And if you feel like contacting Pernille, then do so, and we will drop her links to her website, and perhaps she has some other stuff that we could link to as well. So follow and subscribe to the YouTube, and please feel free to share. Bye. Take care.
Bye-bye.